Everyone gets afraid now and then. This is your senior moment. We're broadcasting from the Healthy Home Mansion, where it's young living or assisted living, and you can make your home a healthy home. But it all starts with you, and it begins right now with episode number 257, Fear. I'm actually surprised I haven't talked on this before. Fear is the topic of the day. Go to the link tree in the bio. Free products, free downloads, free home market evaluation. And if you enjoy watching your senior moment, share it online and comment. Likes are nice and appreciated. Shares with comments are even better. They are super duper. 1,400 push-ups, sit-ups, deep knee bends, and toe touchers just so far this month. Fear is the topic of the day. I'm afraid to do that. How many times have we heard that or said that, either out loud or to ourselves? Fear is a crippling and disabling thing. We all have fears. Some are healthy fears that are meant to protect us from physical harm. When Sheila and I were getting our old house ready to sell, we had a lot of the usual fix up things to do in order to prepare the house for sale. One of the things on my list was to paint the trim around the top on the exterior of the house. So I was up on the ladder painting away and not positioned the best on the ladder. And the ladder twisted, kicked out from under me, and down I went to the ground. My feet landed between the rungs of the ladder, and I rolled as I hit the ground. At first, I thought I broke my ankles, but I could move them, and they were just twisted, and I was able to get back on my feet. Sheila called my brother-in-law, Jack, to come and help me because she didn't want me to get back on the ladder with those twisted ankles. So I iced them down and waited for Jack to arrive. Now, when he got there, he told me that he couldn't go up on the ladder, that he had a fear of ladders. So he leaned at the bottom of the ladder and smoked cigarettes, and I finished the painting. Fear of a ladder kept him from taking even one step up on the ladder rung. Now, I've trained hundreds of agents and salespeople over the years, people from all backgrounds and all personality types. The greatest obstacle that they needed to overcome was fear. It's sneaky and reveals itself in all sorts of ways. The brash know-it-all who doesn't want to look stupid. So the fear of looking stupid prevents him from taking any step that would threaten his self-image of himself. The detailed so-called green personality needs to know every aspect and all the details before moving forward. That fear of being asked some question that they can't answer on the spot immediately prevents her from moving forward and taking any action. They have to know every step all the way in advance because the fear of the unknown question blocks them. What I found is that all variations of fear that prevent us from taking action comes down to really to one thing. That one thing is a reflection or a shadow of our tribal need for belonging. I find that the fear that is basic and fundamental to emotional fear is the fear of rejection. We are so afraid of being excluded that we avoid things that make us feel rejected, even if it's talking to a stranger who we'll never see again for the rest of our lives. Yet we worry about what they might think. The only reason we worry about what they may think is that they may reject what we are saying and what we think. And that is the fear of rejection. The greatest thing you could do for yourself is to conquer that fear, understand it, and kill it. H.P. Lovecraft wrote, "The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown." There's been much written about fear, Ronald Reagan said, don't be afraid to see what you see. W. Clement Stone said, thinking will not overcome fear, but action will. Marilyn Ferguson said, ultimately, we know deeply that the other side of fear is freedom. And Dorothy Thompson said, only when we are no longer afraid do we begin to live. I like that one. Only when we are no longer afraid do we begin to live. So, like Jesus said, do not be afraid, for I am with you. And that's your senior moment of the day. Fear. Could go on about that. We may talk about that one again someday. Fear. Crippling. All right. But don't be afraid to do some deep knee bends because we're going to do them right now. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, what's the worst that can happen? Someone says, Senior, you're stupid. Get out of here. I reject your ideas. I don't like you. So what? Remember, this is your senior moment. I'm Keith Hittner Senior, coming to you from the Healthy Home Mansion. The older you get, the longer you want to live. Do your push-ups, sit-ups, deep knee bends, and toe touchers, and be strong like Senior. I'll see you tomorrow.